The Most High is not playing with y'all brothers. Y'all think because y'all in the truth, y'all think because y'all know scriptures and you keeping these commandments, your fringes, you may be doing everything you're supposed to be doing. But one thing I know for a fact, majority of the brothers are not doing, they're not reaching out to the people. And I'm not talking about no YouTube channels. I'm not talking about that. When I go out to the streets, which is I don't really go out like that, but when I go out, if the Most High, if I see a brother or a sister, I don't care what they are, because Yahushua went to the masses. He didn't just go to Jerusalem. He went around preaching the gospel, trying to save people's souls. Do you think everybody accepted it? No. Did you think he said, man, well, they ain't going to accept it. I ain't finna waste my time with them. No, let that be off your hands after that. You got to dust, what does it say? Dust the feet off, dust the dirt off your feet, whatever. They're downing everybody. They're telling the Gentiles they're going to hell. And okay, I should have brought my notes. If you look up the word heathen and the Gentile, it has two different meanings. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not finna go. Do your studying. Do your studies. Look at 2 words. We were blessed to be able to be snatched up out of that at a particular time, from the religions and everything, and it was hard. I see a lot of the camp brothers, they go out and even though to a certain extent they're doing a lot of damage to the nation, because these governments know what's going on. These higher people that mess around with these demons and stuff, they know what's going on, and they're very smart. They're allowing these brothers to go out there and create a type of balance of, oh, you were born to go to hell. These rappers that are getting killed and stuff, do you really think they knew, oh, I'm an Israelite? Majority of them, before they signed their soul over, or before they got into whatever the stuff that they got into, do you really think that they knew who they were? No. It's our responsibility, especially if you have these big, large platforms. They just go off, they're going to hell, they're going to die, the Most High is going to kill them. This is true. But if you have that responsibility, if you have that responsibility and you're running from it, you're just held accountable as that person themselves. That's your job. If the Most High puts it on your heart, I don't care if it's a Gentile, because just because that person is a Gentile doesn't mean that they're not willing to accept the truth, knowing that they've been lied to. And it was speaking to Arlon. Don't you know that's a weapon? That's almost a weapon that can be used against us for them to banish the Bible, keep calling us a hate group, things like that. You think you special, but you're not. You're not special until you realize how important it is to other people's and their souls, man.
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Recha Ha Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren. Shalom to you, few sisters, and shalom to the hopefully elect. Peace to you. I want to go in this video here, and the reason why I did this video, I'm doing this video because this brother here, he left a comment on the video I did on Sakari. It said Apostle Paul, Sakari said Apostle Paul is the author of confusion. Okay, so this Jake here gets on my page and says it's the whole New Testament is trash. Now, so I go to his channel, and then I look on his channel, and it says he speaks of Yahushua. So this kind of like this other guy that comes on my channel and scoffs, that says he's against one thing but for something else. I don't know. This is just okay. This is all confusing. Anyway, he said he goes out whenever he can, but his channel only 13 uploads in the last year, and he's never been out. Maybe he means sitting in his car. Maybe that's going out. I don't know. We see a lot of these Jakes do this, like the Bishop Melchizedek. That's what he calls himself, who stands on the interstate and does the work with cars flying by 100 miles an hour. So, I don't know, man. These Jakes, I really didn't want to do this video. But the reason why I'm doing the video, because a couple things he said, the understanding, we try to make it edifying, to go into the understanding of why we do this, and are we out here for everybody, and basically to fear the Most High, not fear a man. And this is his idea of the truth. Worried about them taking the Bible and deeming us hate groups. That's going to happen anyway. I don't know if he read his Bible. I don't know if he knows what happened to John the Baptist and all the prophets and Apostle Paul, which he said he doesn't believe in the New Testament. But hey, but then he says, he speaks of Yahushua, what happened to him, Yahushua, John the Revelator, even the prophets of old, Jeremiah 28:8 says the prophets has prophesied against great kingdoms, against war and disease and pestilence. So what do you think this is, man? Is this the showtime at the Apollo, where we go out and throw in garments and try to appease everybody that walks up and down the street? That was never the case, and it still wouldn't be the case. Has he read 2 Chronicles 36? I believe it's that chapter. He said, it mocked the messengers of Yahweh and misused his prophets till the wrath of the Lord took them away. I don't think a lot of these Jakes understand what they're into, what this is about. Now, this channel is called Yahweh's Portion. This also proves, that at the end of the day, the scriptures also say, many shall say in that day, Lord, Lord, and shall not enter into the kingdom. And he'll say, I never knew you. I don't know if this Jake is going to finally wake up out of his misconception and come to the truth. I don't know. If he is the elect, he will. Let's go to Romans 1:26. Let's go to 1:24. He talked about the rappers, and then we're going to get to the Gentile and the heathen thing, which he took a page out of Great Millstone book there too. It seems like a lot of these guys tend to have this type of behavior where they scoff on us, but then they listen to Apostle Gabar, who will completely say, go look up words. Then they'll take it, look up words the way they want to look them up, mix them up, put them in the blender, and pour it out to us. We ain't falling for it. Anyway, Proverbs 1:24. Wherefore the power also, it says here, God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, right? To dishonor their own bodies themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. So let it be. Amen. It says, for this cause the power, the Lord gave them up unto vile affections, right? So that's the key. And it goes on to talk about even their women changed the natural uses, right? And likewise the men as well, leaving the natural use. So a lot of these rappers that has moved up and got into that league of the rap nation, so to speak, they've all been given up. So there was nothing you could do. Proverbs 20:24, man's goings of the Lord's. He did not come for everybody. He said, we cursing people out. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet. And this is what we doing to this guy. We're not going to spare you, because the doctrine you're speaking, you're pushing is off. It's not in the scriptures. It's not in the scriptures to wake up all the Gentiles, which we'll get to the Gentiles. Anyway, we'll get into that too. Let's go to Isaiah 10 and let's go to 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that a remnant of Israel, let's look up this word remnant, since he says we need to look up words, as we do anyway. We look up words. Remnant, usually a small part, member, or trace, a small surviving group. That's it. A remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return. The remnant. And I'm reading this from the Old Testament. I know Paul said it too. The election never attained it, the rest were blinded. A remnant shall, according to the grace. It says, anyway, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For through thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea. We can see this in Hosea 1 and 11. Yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. So hopefully we got that understood. It's not going to be everybody returning. And that's why we go out on the hedges anyway. What do you think we out there for? To reach the elect, who is scattered amongst all. There's all nations walk by us, right? Some of our nations aren't going to look like us. Okay? That must be understood. So I don't think this guy has an idea what a Gentile actually is, or what a Gentile even looks like. Right? Because our people can look like Gentiles, and Gentiles can look like our people. Right? So it's spiritual. Anyway, let's go to 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Let's go into this word Gentile real quick. Okay? It says, ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, as ye were led. Now, when you go to the translations, he said Gentile and heathen are two different definitions. Well, you got Gentile that is two different definitions as well. You got strangers that are two different definitions. You're dealing with the English language, homographs or homophones, where words will spell the same, but they'll be different in meaning, right? So we'll give an example, which I just gave it. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Okay? And then you had scriptures that says, go not into the way of the Gentiles. So it says, ye know that ye were Gentiles. So when you look at the word Gentiles, it's neither Hebrew nor Greek. It's a Latin word. And it was a part of universalism in the Bible. It's a universal word, right? That's all it is. We'll get into that in a second. Let's go to Gentile in this text. Goy. Let me see that.
Strong's H 1471. Goy.
Which you can go in the Old Testament, it'll say that, cattle or whatever. But it says a nation of people, usually of non-Hebrew people, usually, which can be of Hebrew people, right? It also says descendants of Abraham, right? Now, Abraham did have Isaac and Ishmael. So there was other lineages, other lines that were Hebrews, but they weren't Israelites. You see that? Then you see here it says of Israel. Okay? So check this out. That's 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye were Gentiles. Now when you go to 1 Corinthians 12 and 2, you go to the other translation. There's another translation here. World's English Bible says, ye know that ye were heathens. In fact, when you go to the Bible of 1382, way before predating the 1611, the Gentile wasn't even in there. Some older texts did, but a lot of them left Gentile out, and then guess what it said? Let's go to, let's go to Galatians. Okay, Galatians 1:16, to reveal his son in me that we might preach among the heathen. Right? Immediately I confirmed not with flesh and blood. So let's look up this word heathen. Okay, he said Gentile and heathen are not the same. G 1484. This is what we'll see again. It says a multitude, right? A company, a swarm of troop, a multitude of individuals of the same nature or genus. So we can clearly see when you look at these texts that a heathen can be a Gentile, because all Gentile mean or heathen means is an unbeliever. That's all heathen means, is an unbeliever. And Gentile is universalized to believe as an unbeliever or another nation. Right? It gets confusion because Gentile can mean another nation in general, a heathen of another nation in general, but it can also mean a heathen of our nation. Let's go on. So we see this word in Galatians 1:16 says heathen, right? So we go here to Revelation 7:9, and it says, after this beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations. We broke this down before. Kindreds, which those are the Israelites. Of all nations, right? Now when you look up this word nations, let's see what it says. G 1484. You see what it says? A multitude associated living together, a multitude of individuals of the same nature and genus, which goes to genes and genetics, Israelites. So we see here of all nations in Revelation 7:9, but we see that word being, what is that word? Ethnos.
Strong's G 1484. Ethnos. Ethnos.
So you go back here to Galatians, right? And you see what it say for Galatians.
Strong's G 1484. Ethnos. Ethnos.
So we can see that a heathen, right, and nations can be the same thing. We also see this with Gentile of the Israelites. We read that in 1 Corinthians 12, and Gentiles can be of other nations as well. So I just wanted to bring that out. You know, these kind of Israelites, they want to wake everybody up. They got to hold hand and rock back and forth, right? Kiss everyone on the cheek. You know, they haven't been fully persuaded in their own mind. They haven't left Christianity. They want a place of peace right now. And Jeremiah 8:11 says, there is no peace, right? There is none. Peace will come into the kingdom, but there is a level of judgment, or let me just say judgment in general before this takes place, right? I don't know why these soft shoe Hebrew Israelites, or whatever, he has Yahweh on his channel. Well, Yahweh is a man of war. I don't know why he's not in the mindset of being a leader or a judgment. You know, from what happened to our people. He's not in that mindset. He should have stayed in the Christian church, but it's where the Lord got him, probably for his own good. It's for his judgment, you know, if he doesn't wake up. That's all I have on that. Shalom.